Hey, first and foremost, we'd like to give all honor and glory, to infinite praise and worship to our power.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children of the Lord will have mercy on in these perilous times. Perilous meaning dangerous times that we're living in. All right, and just brothers from GMS Cleveland branch here again, man. Just various topics. I think the Spirit gave various topics. The prophecies are speaking or something to that effect, you know, because it's a lot to talk about, bro. It's a lot to talk about, so much to the point that you know, it makes sense for us to have churches all over, you know, all over to be able to cover all of what's being talked about, man. You know what I'm saying? And, oh, matter of fact, can you get just real quick? I'm gonna start with a precept, and then whatever brothers got. I think it's in Isaiah before they spring forth.
Isaiah 42 and 9.
42 and 9. You know, you got Israel. Israel just bombed Syria. You know,
No, you got the precept.
you got ICE. The whole situation with ICE. You know what I'm saying? They the little smaller governments within these states are fighting against Trump, and also a lot of them are now agreeing against with Trump too. Like coming to terms with some of the things that's being presented in Congress, bro. A lot of things are actually coming. How you say it? Like they coming through. You know what I'm saying? When you say it like that.
Yeah, because a lot of these different states, they receive government funding, government bonds and things like that to keep afloat, like police stations and things like that. That is all like government funded.
Yeah.
So, you know, Trump is now threatening to pull government funding from these states that don't want to get on board, man. You know, so now the niggas is like, oh shit, well, you know, money by the, you know, fuck that, fuck these food stamps and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit is gonna fall on the states now.
Yeah, that matched the statement. One of the RAWCHAA says he don't care. Meyer, I think it was Meyer RAWCHAA. He don't care who make the laws. You know what I'm saying? Give him
the control of the money.
The money. That show you the money speaks. They can't fuck the money up. So shit, forget the laws. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you what's going on. Showing you at the end of the day, Trump is that cruel Lord that's prophesied in the scriptures, man. You know, he's the one that's like he said, he's the chosen one, man.
Well, I got something to read. No, I got something to read after. You want that precept still?
Oh yeah, open up that.
I can start at 8 though.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 42 and 8. It says, I am the Lord, YAHAWASHI, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna see that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't Jesus Christ, it ain't Jesus Christ, it ain't these guys that they worship. Or that new system that they're gonna set up. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't none of these things why these things are taking place. They're gonna have to acknowledge that it's our power, YAHAWASHI, even when the persecution comes. It's gonna be because of what the names that we call upon and the testimony that we hold.
Hey, to prove that, because the Lord has his prophets speaking these things into existence.
That's right.
All right, we telling you right now that the Lord is about to bring a famine in America, and that famine takes place. Who gets the credit for it? The Lord.
That's right.
Because we spoken before it happened.
Bro, that's beautiful, because I was just reading Genesis earlier, I think it's 41, during the time of Joseph, when Pharaoh had the dream. You feel what I'm saying? And he said, he basically told him, he was like, I hear that you can interpret dreams. And the first thing Joseph did was give a reverence to Yahweh. He said, no, it's my power that allows me to be able to, that gives you the answer of these visions that you have.
The different instances throughout the scriptures happen where YAHAWASHI was known amongst what was taking place.
That's right.
Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
That's right.
And so
and even Jonah.
That's right. That's right.
Your power is doing it.
Exactly.
So this verse, this is the precept of called for Isaiah 42 and 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
And to prove that these scriptures is on point, and you know, look at us, slavery. The former things are come to pass, man. Read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter.
That's right.
We actually live in that chapter right now. Okay, so the former things happen. Everything that the Lord said he was going to do, he did it unto us.
It says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, so before they spring forth, I tell you of them, like the MOTB. Right, all this talk about this AI technology, and this is the biggest thing, and one of the biggest things in the news besides war that's happening, bro. And you don't think the Lord was going to warn us about this? Of course he was, you know, and that's why he said, before they spring forth, I'll tell you of them, because we got the inside scoop, right? He gave it to the beloved John on the island of Patmos about the tiny technology and what it was going to take when it came to these times. He talked about the hour of temptation, all these different things. when it came to this dynamic of this technology that's being talked about, man. Because this technology, this technology and this infrastructure is being set up. That's what the war is about. It's about the new world. You see, that's so that technology and the war is hand in hand. You see, that's why it's a big deal.
The currency,
and not just
Right,
technology,
exactly.
AI, artificial intelligence.
That's what,
You
yeah,
feel what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
That's the main thing they're trying to set up, to the point where when you get on Google now, you know what I'm saying, they give you an AI overview before you go into the things that you're looking for on Google. Or the way it's showing you ChatGPT, how it's gonna move everything else out the way, because how advanced it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's taking the jobs.
Yeah, bro.
It's the guy. It's the new guy. It's the tech. You go to it for information. You know what I'm saying? Everything it teaches you. Shit, bro. It's performing operations on you. Like, this technology is doing everything, bro. It's replacing humans. Elder Yashawama just did a lesson about this man doing dehumanization. I think that's what he called it. Dehumanizing and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Esau, his whole thing was about. The Georgia Guidestones is about tearing down the structure that Yahawah set up and created and put his image in there, like because he's the God. You know, technology, merge. You know,
because they're putting a cap on humans. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Saying like you can't advance any higher than what we're creating.
It's called dehumanization.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
what
like,
you
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's putting a cap on humans. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody use the internet. Everybody stop the natural way of learning. You got to realize, motherfuckers don't even write no more. The only people that push writing is our apostles and elders and the men on down that enter into our labors, like the heads of our camps and stuff like that, constantly writing things. You feel what I'm saying? Everything else you could just type in and get the answer. It's so quick.
Yeah,
you
the
feel
work.
what I'm saying?
The work.
Yeah.
Like the work that
Labor.
like the labor,
Yeah,
the
it's
water.
gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gone. And what the elders say in the chat this week, hate not laborious work. That's what the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? Because by the sweat of our brow, we supposed to earn certain things. You feel what I'm saying? When you think about our apostles and elders, how they got this truth, how they labored for this truth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like us now. We got the blue letter and got Google. They ain't have those things. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how it took them days or weeks to get breakdowns, having to sit in the library and shit like that.
Yeah, they used to have to like read one book just to get a whole book, just to get one key information.
You feel me? Yeah, bro.
That's why they deserve that,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
double honors, man.
Yeah, that's right. But see, then Esau not realizing, but Jake not realizing that all we had to do was come back to YAHAWASHI, and he increased us on another level, because the scriptures say what? Knowledge shall increase. In these latter times, it's increasing on the left hand side, but it's also increasing on the right hand side. The things that the Lord is opening unto us.
No, y'all got it.
I appreciate it. It's Isaiah 43:19. It says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." And these things, these new things in the earth that Esau is prescribing, is really the Lord. You know, Esau is like a puppet, and the Lord is the one controlling the strings. All these different, the different things that he's doing in his government, in his political system, that he's able to make these certain calls, you know, giving power to the president, you know, as far as the war side is concerned. Even, you know, the tiny technology, the different UN pact for the future. He's doing it through Esau, but it's the Lord's work, because it's leading to prophecy. Everything that's in the scripture. The Lord said he was going to make a way, right? Because all of this is leading to things getting worse for America. So through that, the Lord going to make a way for his men.
Yep.
That was it.
All right. Because it's evident that, you know, Babylon is at its end. So I had typed it in. It says the idea that America is at its end is subject one and lacks an objective definition. While the United States faces challenges, it also possesses significant strengths and continues to be a major global player. Whether these challenges will lead to the decline is a matter of debate. But the point is, it says the U.S. is often considered a global superpower, but it's also experiencing internal division, economic fluctuations, and internal competition. So it's being noted that within America, it's experiencing internal division, man. All right, and the scriptures talk about, can a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand, man. So this is how you know that America's at its end, man. So it's evident, man. The things that are happening within Babylon, it's evident that we are living in the last days here, man.
Yeah.
And YAHAWASHI is coming, man.
That's right.
You got a precept?
Nah.
Grab. Wait. Who? Somebody said you got a precept? Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, "O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid." You know, and all the prophets, they got the visions from the angels. You know, they got the breakdowns, and you know, they was terrible visions. You know, especially these end time visions. You know, you had Ezra. You know, he said, "Woe is me, woe is me, who's going to deliver him in those days." All right, and you know, Peter, they all sneaked it. You know, the end, but it says
Daniel, sister Daniel, he mentioned that as well, because he had visions from the prophets. Majority of the prophets, you know what I'm saying, when they heard the speech of the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's what.
Because Daniel mentioned the word cogitations when you read Daniel. The seventh chapter, if I believe, because Daniel was having a vision of the beast, and you know what I'm saying, the four beasts, and then the Lord coming back, and then everybody bowing down, the Lord destroying fucking niggas up, and people running, screaming, hollering, you know what I'm saying, mixed with blood, fire mingled with blood, and you know what I'm saying, he was saying all these things, and then, you know, and he seen us coming up and being on top and coming back and taking over and killing. He's seeing all this shit, bro. You see, you know, the deception, you know, they're wearing us the fuck out, fucking us up, put a boot the ass to us, the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? You know, the destruction, seeing all this, man.
I was gonna say that's why they called the prophets back in the ancient. They called them seers.
Yeah, right.
Because they actually saw visions from the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the thing. That's why they didn't want to hear him, because it wasn't never to their benefit. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't for the greater good. It always talked about the destruction, and that's what the prophet set up to do, to give you the warning before the destruction.
Yeah, Daniel was saying about technology too. He said that in Daniel the 12th chapter. He said, "Bitch, to and fro, knowledge shall be increased."
That's right.
All right, and I was just looking on some stuff on ChatGTP about, is artificial intelligence a part of the prophecies in the Bible? I asked this ChatGTP that, and that's one of the things that the ChatGTP mentioned. Daniel, when it talk about that scripture in particular, and they were saying like some people view it as a technology growing at an exponential rate and all that shit. So bringing it back to the mark of the beast, the MOTV. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a different way of worship now. You know, they wanted you to bow down. Nebuchadnezzar wanted you to bow down and worship the image. But now there's a different type of worship now. It's that tiny technology put within under your flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's crazy, because I was watching the Apostle Rumla. He was with the elders from Mississippi and a couple brothers from Memphis. And I think they were standing in front of the statue in Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis University. That was the college, if I'm mistaken. And
the elder went into the word intelligence, if I may. And brothers, God, I want to go into that word for artificial intelligence. Just the word intelligence.
Right.
It says the highest faculty of the mind, capacity for comprehending general truths, faculty of understanding, comprehension. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like they're trying to make it as if, like, you know, that the things that we search for on the World Wide Web is the highest faculty of learning. You feel what I'm saying? Or that's the highest you can go. Like when you watch stuff like Demolition Man, you know what I'm saying, that dystopian society. Like even to the point, not to go too far off, like that's like with Sylvester Stallone thought he was finna sleep with Sandra Bullock. He thought he was about to sleep with her, you know what I'm saying, because they had him frozen away in the little ice thing, and that's cold too. Because they even got it to the point to where they finna start, and it's out there, the articles on it. They even talking about it on TikTok and shit like that, just where like prisoners are, they finna start giving prisoners the option of implanting a chip into their mind, and you can live out what would be a 20 to 25 year prison sentence in 7 minutes versus actually doing the time. You feel what I'm saying? Because of this intelligence.
So they gotta push it on you sometimes.
Right. You know? So Sylvester Stallone was frozen away. You feel what I'm saying? So in his mind, he wasn't frozen away that long. He just woke back up. You know, I'm back out of society. You feel what I'm saying? He think he about to deal. But she come out with some goggles and shit. Sex is a whole new way. You know what I'm saying? See, it's artificial though. You know what I'm saying? Everything is. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And then real quick, because the intelligence, how you, because that's like, basically how Esau just saying like this the highest you can get.
Yep.
You can't go no.
Yep.
You can't go any higher than this.
Yep.
You know, that's the notion. You know,
Mhm.
behind that artificial intelligence, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the point. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, because bro was going into the word intelligence being like the highest form, right?
Right.
But it's the word in front of intelligence is artificial.
That's right.
You see, that's the stomper right there that niggas overlook in the world. Like, yo, this artificial says it's just off Chat GPT. Just simple definition. Artificial generally means something that is made or produced by humans rather than occurring naturally.
That's the point.
It often applies imitation or substitution for something natural.
God.
The Most High.
That's right.
Hey, get that in 2 Thessalonians.
Hey, because that's with anything, man. That's why when you go to the supermarket, it's hard to find something that don't say artificial on it, man. I was trying to find some fucking lemon juice, and I'm just like, why can't it just be natural lemon juice, man?
Right.
Everything say artificial, which means it's a copy of something that's real.
Yep.
Right.
Or when you go into some of these grocery stores, if you look at on the back of it, they tell you that it's bioengineered, meaning it wasn't naturally produced. It didn't come from the earth. It's some shit they made in the
Or they
lab
don't say
somewhere.
plant-based. And the person that think that plant-based is actually going into a garden plant, but it's actually going into a warehouse. They call those plants as well.
Yep, that's right, bro.
Right.
Yep, that's right.
Factory.
Yep, this second.
Finish that up, and then you got it, Zach.
This Habakkuk 3:2, it says, O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. It says, O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of years. The Lord said he declared the end from the beginning, and now the prophecies is coming to pass in these times right now.
Yep.
It says, in the midst of years, make known, and in wrath, it says, in wrath, remember mercy. And that's what we want. We want mercy from the Lord in these up and coming times. You know, we want to have that mark of exemption.
It said, in wrath, remember mercy, man. Because the Lord angry, man. Okay, just imagine when the Lord brought a flood upon the earth. He had to remember mercy within that, you know? Because he had to deliver Noah and, you know, his sons to keep that righteous, you know, line going. But the point is, man, you know how you get so angry? And you just, you know what I'm saying? You got to remember, like, you know.
The elders in Boston was just bringing that out at their camp. I was watching that too. It was just like, shoot, the Moses had to pray for the Lord. Well, ask the Lord, you know, to stay his hand because he's going to wipe through the whole nation. Yeah. Because Jay was wicked. You feel what I'm saying?
Abraham did the same thing. Like,
you know what I'm saying? For we were bargaining with the Lord. For 5, for 10, 20, 30, you know.
Well,
come on, Lord.
The scriptures say the people was in gross darkness, and then the Lord said what? He said, the Lord is wicked with the angry every day. You know what I'm saying?
Angry with the wicked comment.
Every day. You know what I'm saying? He said, I created the day of evil. I created the wicked for the day of evil. You know what I'm saying? So like the Lord has a stamp on the people that fall into that category. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord mercy is also going to be applied with his wrath, because it's a remnant within the midst of this, man. You see? That why you think the Lord ain't fucking take this place out already? Because it's a remnant that's being polished to the finest degree.
They're already refining them.
He refining them, and then once they're complete, then you know it's all hell gonna break loose, bro. And that's why you see us on the brink of World War III, the brink of this new world technology and the currency being set up the way it is and so forth. You know. Bro, they got robots all on the street just randomly now, just walking on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the video.
That's how they gonna have it in 15-minute city. That's who's gonna police the RoboCop 1987 showed you that. They gonna download a nigga consciousness in there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna freeze you. They gonna freeze you, nigga, but you'll be stuck like that for life. They gonna download consciousness into a robot, and they gonna do the police into the streets. You know what I'm saying? No emotions. They writing tickets. You know, you can't show them boobs to get out of a ticket.
That's right.
Show grab my tits. You can get out of a ticket. RoboCops and Cyborg, they ain't gonna be susceptible to that shit.
That's right.
They show you that, like I said, RoboCop 1987, because when RoboCop thought he was the shit with that motherfucking Desert Eagle he had, he thought he was the shit. Then that big ass other robot came out. Man, they got them robots. The Chinese, the
Yeah.
Moabites, they got the big, huge robots like that look like Power Rangers, Transformers. The Moabites, they got the big ass robots like that.
Bro,
All you gotta do is like all you gotta do, you good. All you gotta do is download a fucking program into it. It'll do whatever you want. Like if you download a program for it to kill people, it'll do that.
yeah, that's what
What's that fucking movie?
Afraid?
No,
Oh.
not Afraid, but that's the spirit you mentioned that though. But the movie, it was a children's movie. It's called Beta Hero or something. Or Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6. You ever seen that?
I saw parts of it.
Oh, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, remember he had the robot. His brother was like a robot. This is the type of nigga who was at the college for that shit. But he was smart too, the little brother. He he downloaded the computer. I mean, he made the motherfucking Big Hero and all that shit.
Yeah.
Gave him the armor and everything. Yeah, that's a good movie,
okay, I
bro.
never seen it. I know what it is, though.
They gotta watch that shit. That's a good
Big
movie.
Hero 6.
But they show you in that movie right there because he had the robot. It was cool and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then he was mad about something and he fucking made a program so that motherfucker will kill you. You feel me? Remember if you remember the movie? At first the robot he was nice. He was like a healing robot. That's what it was really created for, to heal people and shit like that. That's what his brother was creating it for him. Cause something had happened, like their mom died, somebody died or some shit like that. Huh?
I think the older brother had died.
Yeah, the older brother died. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. But that's what the robot was for. But this nigga, he got mad. The little brother named Takashi or something like that. He got mad. He put a fucking computer, because he was like a wizard on the computer. He fucking created a software, and he took the one software out where he was a nice healing robot and put that one in. Then this nigga started shooting niggas with guns, like with cannons off their arm and shit, trying to kill like humans. You feel me? So that's all they gotta do.
That's bad. That's kind of like what's going on, because right now, if you think about it, the technology is like a nice guy in a sense, right? It's used for our benefit. You know what I'm saying? You can use it for different things. Zaquan made me think about they showed this one video of them training with the robots, and bro, the robots knew what target it never attacked the person that was training it. Like no matter what it did, like it would pull whatever, it would never attack it, but it had a specific target.
And I want to say this, man, because they ultimately trying to be like the Most High. Because when you read the scriptures, it made me think of Sirach, the 39th chapter, where it goes into spirits being created for vengeance. But when you read down, it says, verse 31, it says, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they should be ready upon earth when the need is, and when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word. So he's trying to be the Most High, but he's using his technology to do that, to pretty much, because those, like you said, those robots are going to be trained to go, man.
Well, that's what they already do that. They already put software to a computer, and then they fly a drone and they kill you. A human, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's how they was killing a lot of them. Yeah, right. That's how they was killing a lot of them, and we know that's how Esau. That's how he fight. That's the type of warfare. That's the arena that he in right there. You see, he don't gotta get up from his throne. You know what I'm saying? He could just put up a computer software in his drone, and that bitch will come kill you. You know what I'm saying? Then people look at us, our people mainly, like we crazy or some shit, because we. The analogies that we use or the examples that we give for shit like this, but this shit reality. This was the men of the Lord seen. You know what I'm saying? And now we see it.
This Revelations 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them.
There ain't too much more rejoicing though. That time there ain't too much more rejoicing, man. You see, you got a lot of these middle class people complaining about the big beautiful bill, crying on TikTok. You know, talking about people of a different persuasion crying on TikTok, talking about please Trump don't do the big beautiful bill. You know what I'm saying? How it's gonna hurt and affect people. You know what I'm saying? Edomites crying out about that shit, man.
It says, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Right. So he gonna mobilize. Remember the nigga back here the couple of years ago, the Jake in Texas. He did some shit. I forget his name. You know what I'm saying? Forget his name. He was in Texas, and I think he like, when a lot of those shootings was going on, he started shooting up some cops. some dude in Texas, he shot up some cops and a robot killed him. Type that in right quick. I forget the nigga name. Remember, it was all over the news. It was like because remember, it was a lot of shootings.
Stevie Stevenson.
Oh, let's have it here.
Name.
Xavier Johnson.
I don't know if that's his name, bro. It was in Texas.
I know what you're talking about, though. I think I remember.
It was in Texas, and then they would talk about how they had sent a robot.
Drone.
No, not a drone, because you know the drone they be flying. He sent like it's a drone, but it was like a robot that rolled on the wheels and shit and rolled up in there, and then rolled up in there and blew up and killed him.
His name was Michael Xavier Johnson.
That's his name. Michael Johnson. Read a little bit of that.
All right. It says on July 7th of 2016, Micah Xavier Johnson ambushed and shot police officers in Dallas, Texas, killing 5, injuring 9 others.
Yeah, that shit was all over the news and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Brothers remember that shit, man. You know, people put videos of them up of them, uploading videos of them shooting at the cops and all that shit with the assault rifle. Go ahead.
It said, injuring 9 others and wounding 2 civilians, a 25-year-old Army Reserve Afghan war veteran was angry over white Edomite police shootings of Jake's men. He shot officers at the end of the protest against the recent killing or murdering by police Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge.
Sterling. That's that Jake who got shot on the ground or something like that. I forget. He was like in the store. He was in the parking lot. I remember Alton Sterling. You know what I'm saying? He was a dark-skinned Jake. Heavy set Jake. Yep. I remember when that shit happened, bro. You feel me? And then right after that.
And then it says, it's about to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
It said Johnson fled to a building on the campus of El Centro College when police killed him several hours later with a bomb attached to a remote-controlled bomb disposal robot. It was the first time U.S. law enforcement used a robot to kill a suspect.
There you go.
Hey,
damn.
And it says in this article, to add to it, it says, we saw no other option but to use our bomb robot and place a device on its extension for it to detonate where the suspect was.
Was waiting on a moment like
because the reason why he a war veteran, so he wants you to come in the room. He's scouting the shit out, making sure nobody in there. He gonna go and take up a point where he just gonna pick niggas off if they come in there. That's why they know that they right. They don't have no other option. But to send a motherfucking robot with a bomb attached to that bitch.
Right.
You know? So that ain't really that far-fetched, man. When you go into situations like with him, situation you mentioned with the drones, how a lot of them Iranian nuclear physicists, whatever the fuck they was, nuclear, whatever dudes they was with the nuclear program, how they was using drones to kill them niggas.
Yeah, so this technology is against us, bro, at the end of the day. That's what he's shaping up to happen.
The Matrix with Mr. Anderson, there was a computer software. That's what the fuck that was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because remember when you go into the real, the nigga Neo, he was like a hacker and shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you go into it, that's what it was. It's a fucking computer program. He was like a virus, Mr. Anderson type shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, that was that scripture I read, Revelations. It just back up everything that brothers are saying. Esau about to come down having great wrath, man. He's about to use all the tricks that he got, man. Because his time is short, man. He don't want to hear. Ain't no what you call that? When you try to ain't no compromising with this devil, man.
Right.
All right.
But that's a scripture. It's like, it's not, your money ain't gonna be able to save you. Like, you ain't gonna be able to buy your way out of the judgment that's coming. That's judgment at the end of the day from the Lord.
But it's his pride that's deceiving him to make him think he's gonna get all this shit out though. But the scripture tell you in 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, they say only he who letteth will let till he be taken out of the way.
Yeah.
So the Lord just let him get his rocks out.
Well, Esau about to get a lot of shit off because ultimately he's the sword of the Lord, man. That's what people don't understand. I was just talking to one of my relatives and they was going into, well, the Lord ain't gonna let nothing happen to us. Well, the Lord is using it. That's what you people don't understand, man. Yeah. Esau is the sword of YAHWAH, man. So everything that this devil do unto you is coming straight from the Lord, man. Yeah. That's what people don't understand, man.
I got a precept. This is Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's talking about us. You know, that word wicked right there. And like Apostle Tar said, that's why it's important to go on words, because if you read that face value, you will automatically, oh, those Esau. You know, but it's
you got people teaching the other. You got people talking about it's the other nations,
right?
All that. And it's just,
it says, when he was about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, because Esau think he's gonna put the thing is this: Esau think he about to put the tiny technology under the flesh of all the people on earth, man, including the elect, man. Okay, he's gonna start this big great war, okay, and he's gonna go into his bunkers. Okay, he's gonna sit back while the masses of the people get destroyed. And he's gonna come out the bunker stretching. Okay, and he's gonna use, because Esau gonna have Jakes with him in the bunker serving him. He's gonna have slaves in the bunkers with him. Okay, but he think he gonna come out and stretch, and he gonna crank up his robots, and he's just gonna live happily ever after. That's not gonna happen, man.
That's what is that? Continuity of government or something like that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it says when he's about to fill his belly, like, because you said he gonna get a lot of it off. That's because when your belly becoming full, you're reaching the end of like your plate. You know what I'm saying? You eating, my belly being full is me reaching the end of my plate. So Esau's going to get this stuff up. We see it already happening. You know what I'm saying? Different countries got this technology. A lot of things is happening with this infrastructure. 15 mini cities. Phoenix, they think Phoenix is one of the first states to actually start to build a 15 minute city, which New York is actually the first 15 minute city in North America. Because that's all it really is, all the storefronts close together and all that. That's the 15 minute city. You know what I'm saying? But as deemed as such, and with the technology on and all these different, Phoenix, they're deeming that as the first one, man. Okay, then you got the chipping state. You got the 3 major chipping stations. One of them is located in Columbus, Ohio, spearheaded by the governor, spearheaded by the dude, the Jake nigga that's in Cleveland. What's the governor? Not Mike.
Oh, you talking about Bibbs?
Yeah,
That's the spirit, because I got the article.
Yeah,
because it was basically going into how Cleveland is aiming to be the first 15 minute city in America.
Well, yeah, shit.
It's a competition.
It's a competition.
Everybody, Phoenix already in the build of it, but yeah, I don't know how long it up. Yeah, Cleveland's in the front runners too.
Yeah, that's why they got it was like
opportunity
corridor.
Yeah, opportunity. Yep. Yeah, and then like downtown where you got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the stadium. That's why they moved in the stadium from right there to where the water at to fucking Brook Park, because they want to use that location right there, that real estate right there, to build up the city more too, because that's supposed to be a part of it too. That shit down there too.
That's crazy, because the article just came out, said who will clean up the area, basically. Like,
well, that's the spirit. That's why they rebuilding the projects. That's why in Garden Valley they had they got the things that you always talk about. In Rainbow Terrace, they got solar panels on all the buildings. That's why that kind of they had something to do with the explosion.
They gonna tear that shit down because Esau really want that. That real estate right there. You know what I'm saying? Especially because it's right there by opportunity too.
Like they did with Morris Black. That's a project in Cleveland.
That's why that's why they tore Morris Black down.
They tore down Woodland too, right there on
75th
on 93rd.
Yeah, Morris Black. And guess what they said, bro? It was a nigga woman that said Morris Black couldn't get tore down because it was a certain historic landmark, so they couldn't tear it down. So she was like, it was rumors, but Esau tore that shit down anyway.
And it's cold too when you sit there and think about it. Like the elder mentioned, the stadium. It's gonna always start with what bring these cities, because 15 minute cities the big business. And it's gonna always start with the sports. They're gonna get the blueprint first. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like what we've been talking about, like going back to the MOTB, everything gonna be digital. You gotta realize stadiums were the first places to do it.
Atlanta did it. You know it's all digital.
Like, we went to the game when we went to the game in Cleveland. Remember, we couldn't use cash. You feel what I'm saying? Couldn't use cash. Everything was card. Or even when you think about, what that was a couple years ago, where they start first using these robots and they were ready to roll them out. They used them as fans at an actual football game in LA. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to realize they getting that blueprint first. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be major players in what's about to take place.
That's the spirit. Because right here in the article, It says Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home to Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, they gentrifying that whole. That used to be the hood right
Yeah.
there. Because the old stadium was Georgia Dome.
That's right.
That shit right
You said
there.
the stadium was in the hood?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's Vine City. That shit.
Damn.
That's what it is. That was the hood right there. You feel me? I grew up there when I was a little jit over there, bro. You feel me? Like Vine City and shit. You know where that nigga Fernie Marco came up doing the videos? That's where he was at. He was in Vine City, like right there. And walking distance from a Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But they gentrifying all that shit, bro. Because Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it bring a lot of money to downtown Atlanta, bro. You feel me? And the surrounding areas, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, hood right there. What the nigga name, the nigga Mozzie and all them niggas. The gas station that he was at, that shit right there. That's just the hood, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Metropolitan, you know, bro, that shit, the hood, all that shit. What's that other mall right there? I think it's called...
Not Lennox.
No, not Lennox.
Talking about the
That's
Metro?
in the suburbs. I'm talking about in the city.
Talking about that Metro Mall?
Cascade Mall, right there. You feel me? That shit close as hell to that. All that area is gonna be affected. They got the MARTA system that run through the fucking the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You would get on the MARTA train to ride that bitch and then get off and go upstairs and you in there already.
Yeah, that bitch completely cashless. Like, you can't go in there, bitch, with a copper penny.
Yeah, that's how the Brown
Yeah,
Stadium is.
man.
The Brown Stadium cashless.
Yeah,
Damn.
I tell you, when we went, that's how it was. That's why I say they get the blueprint first. You feel me? Because they generate all the business. They generate all the money.
And then they gonna have like the scripture said, leper shall watch over your city. That's how they gonna watch over you niggas from now on in the future. In these 15-minute cities, they gonna have robots patrolling the streets. That's gonna be their angels. Like, so the robots, like, they're gonna be like they angels on the left hand side because they can look through their eyes to see what the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? That's how they gonna have that shit. They gonna be your parole officer, like in the movie Elysium with Matt Damon. This nigga he was on the parole, and this nigga had to go see his parole officer. It was a robot. Made that nigga take some pills.
So some things that be flying in the air.
Drones.
Yeah, bro. They be having them over the city watching everything,
That shit
bro.
gonna be funny because it's gonna come to a point where they got to ask a nigga, where were you at this time, on this day, at this hour? Shit.
They gonna be able to track you through the tiny technology.
That's crazy.
That's just gonna be like extra precaution and just extra measures that they gonna take to securely watch over you niggas with the drones and all the cameras. All that it's a B system. It all go together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all one.
Yep, police state.
That's gonna be the new house. That the C-hip is gonna be the new house arrest bracelet.
Yeah.
Now they let a nigga out of jail, put that bracelet on the nigga. They gonna just put the C-hip in you, nigga.
Yeah, because that makes sense though. Because when you go in the hoods in Cleveland, they got cameras on all the poles.
They do.
Like by the lights, they got them little blue lights. They got
the police cameras.
Yeah, they got the police cameras in all the hoods in Cleveland, bro.
You know.
It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then I had typed in, and their brother got a preset, but I had typed in
his brother got a preset.
Con. How many cities in America have an opportunity corridor? Now I had looked at this is how crazy because I looked this up a while ago and there was a bunch of them that came up. Now it says there's currently one. They're talking about Cleveland that has an opportunity corridor, but when you jump down, it says so to answer your question, only Cleveland has opportunity corridor. If you're thinking about opportunity or growth focused corridors like economic developed zones in other cities, those may have different names such as corridor of opportunities.
Yeah, you had Trump. Remember when he ran the one time? I think it was Trump. It was called "Build Back Better." That was one of his campaign slogans that when he ran for like 2016. 2016, he had the "Build Back Better" plan. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see all the infrastructure and the fixing the roads and all that shit. Because when Trump was in office, he was giving niggas contracts.
That was Joe Biden too.
Joe Biden.
That's some information.
Joe Biden. You know, which is two these motherfuckers, two sides of the same coin. They all Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You said you had.
Yeah. Oh no. I was just you got it.
Just a quick precept. This Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 9. It says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished." Right? And Esau, Edom, that's his blessing. Right? And that's what he's doing through his technology. Right? Right. He's sharpening his sword. He's getting his little robots ready. Right? Critiquing them. You know.
Salaka, I had, just real quick, I had the online etymology for the word corridor. It says a continuous path around fortification. And it says that the Latin word means to run. So basically the corridor is like a continuous pathway.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Latin goes back meaning to run, it's a pathway to get you quicker.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not gonna mention who told me this information, but somebody told me this information about who told them, which was some small hats, that they was trying to hire him to because of the work he do, and which is in construction, and he said they were trying to hire him because they were planning on the corridor building it up. Like they need contractors to like, you know what I'm saying, to do the construction to build it up all the way through. You see what I'm saying, to develop to develop it. You know what I'm saying. But the small hats is behind that, because he said they were small hats. You know, he didn't say small hat, but he said they were small hats that was behind trying to get the contractors to build it up. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what the plan is. It says a development. It says a development zone. You know what I'm saying, a development zone. But you got it, Doc.
Verse 10, it says, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter.
See, niggas think that was created for them to be able to move to and fro through the city in short time and to get the work on time. No, nigga, this was created for Esau, the road, to come through and lock shit down quicker.
Right. Right.
Your status is gonna be like a nigga back in the days when after the Emancipation Proclamation, when they freed you. You couldn't go in the front door, you gotta go through the back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sit on the back of the train. You can't sit on the front. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna bring you to that type of status to where you're not welcome in all the establishments. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get into this establishment. You know what I'm saying? You're not of that ilk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
I got some cause watch that movie What Happened on Monday. They showed you on that one, but they had the city and then you had the outside of the city. That's what the 15-minute zones is supposed to be. You in the city, now you got access to the things that you need to continue life. I saw a video where, and the one nigga was complaining because he was like, bro, you're not gonna have to need no mechanics and all that because it's just bike and walking distance of everything. So everybody's gonna be a lot of jobs lost and a lot of people pushed out. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how you get the control. But and that's
all that DoorDash shit. That shit is obsolete.
It's over with. You know, and then they want to do with that anyways because it's under the table. Like niggas ain't taxing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but like Trump mentioned on his first term, he said they want to have. In the same mouth, he said he's against it, but then when he was running for president, he said he want to have a metric tracking and system, a metric tracking and data collection system. All right, it says the Trump administration has implemented. There isn't a single system called, but rather a series of federal mandates and centralized databases. All right, that's what they're calling it now. But I forgot the exact term he used in 2016. Brothers know.
Entry, exit, visa.
Yeah, that. Come on, in the spirit.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's what he was promoting, and that's what this whole immigration thing is about. You know what I'm saying? The influx and then the out. You know, that's what this whole thing is about. To all right, look, and also the bombing in Israel and all. I mean, the bombing in Iran is all to bring in the tracking system, because now Trump said what the biggest enemy is within. So now we have to track. We gotta control what's in, and then you got the prisons, and then now they ain't just sending them overseas no more. Now we build them in house. You got the Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz, and you got the other one. Forget the name of that one, but that's in house. So now, and then he also building a wall. So this man this devil's on the move, bro. He's moving fast, bro. Bro, so much shit happened. We still in 2025, just the halfway point, bro. Can you imagine if Lord allowed this place to go 2 or 3 more years and like?
We passed the halfway point. Shit, we in July. Shit, in the past just going a year. Shit, this year almost over with.
Yeah.
Think about how fast those 7 months flew.
That's the halfway point. You got 12 months, 6 and 6. That's the halfway point. Shit, so that's the point, bro. And Jake can hear this information like, no, bro, we have a short. It said he have a short time, bro. So he's coming down with great wrath, bro.
Yeah.
This AI technology is to frame you Israelites,
Yeah.
man. The prophets.
Yeah.
And he gonna do a lot with that AI technology. I see you guys some more. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he's gonna use it for deception.
Yes.
That's another thing
Yeah.
that the Chat GTP was saying about
Yep.
when I asked it about is artificial intelligence. A part of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It mentioned that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Place you at a
It
situation
mentioned
where
that.
you wasn't
It,
there.
it, it mentioned that that's what they that it could be used as like a form of deception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the deep fake and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's what the Chat GTP said.
Project, what you call that?
Blue
He
Beam.
said, he said
Blue
Project Blue Beam.
Yeah. I got
Yeah, and like deep fakes, and that's why they got the shit with the. That's what's been taken off lately. You know what I'm saying? If you paying attention to social media, they got a lot of artificial intelligence just creating shit like videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Songs, songs and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like real talk, putting out songs.
Using
Yeah.
using artists that you know voices. They sound
Using
just
artists,
like-
putting artists together like that's dead and that's alive,
Yeah.
making
Right.
songs like that.
Yeah.
That's what the artificial intelligence is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
crazy.
soon that shit gonna take over.
Yeah. I remember the Elder Benjamin was in Chicago last time. He said Jake will have to be on point the closer we get to the end. He's like, even when you watching brothers' videos, you'll fuck around and be watching the video, and the brother will say something bugged out on the breakdown or what he going into, and you'll fuck around and tweet, not knowing it's AI fucking with the video.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Just talking about how on point we're gonna have to be here in these latter times. You know what I'm
Discernment.
saying? Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
High level of discernment.
Damn.
So yeah, they gonna use. That's one of the main reasons that they doing with this artificial intelligence shit, so they can use it as deception to deceive. Right, to deceive. That's what the word devil means.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It means deceiver. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the scriptures talk about he shall not deceive the very elect.
Yeah.
Right there it is,
Yep.
because that's
I got
that's
that
what we gonna
precept.
do.
I'm holding
You
that
can bring it
precept.
out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Fine. It says I'm gonna start at 22. That point is in 24, what the brother said, but this is 22. It says Matthew 24 and 22. And they said, except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. So just like we're going into, here it is. We in July, talking about how fast this thing is going. You know what I'm saying? And how rapidly this devil is moving and making moves. But it's at the hand of YAHWASHI, speeding up the time for the elect's sake. Right? He said, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because if not, then ain't no flesh gonna be saved. They'll be to consume this in everything that they doing. If the times didn't speed up, they'll get all that shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah. You see the earth going faster?
That's right.
That's the Lord speeding his time up for real.
That's right. The
Literally.
prophecy, everything is happening fast.
It's happening fast. The flesh is life, man.
Yep.
They literally would be no man
Yep, that's right.
living.
That's right.
Include himself.
And then to the point too, this next verse, like the elder says, deception, because it says, then if any shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach Yahawashi, or there believe it not. So going to just what Zaquan was just saying, it's a deception tactic. You feel what I'm saying? Because the scriptures tell us, that's why it's important to give your mind to the scriptures, because the scriptures tell us the same way our Lord and Savior left is the same way he's going to return. You feel what I'm saying? But because of these different technologies and these different facets of this program that they got, it's going to be able to deceive some of the minds of the people. And they're going to go for it when the world is in turmoil.
Bro, that's the dream my wife had, bro. She said the elder said, come down to the spot. And brothers came because we thought it was the elder. But it wasn't the elder. And they trapped us and tried to get us to take them on TV. So it's going to be a lot of deception out here, bro. Like it's going to look real, bro. Like they getting cold with this AI technology.
Because they got something known as spam on the phone, like where it's just a random number. Just call your phone, right?
Yeah.
They'll text you too, like,
Yep.
hey, hi, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you still on for dinner? Type of shit like that. You know, real talk. Just text my phone before, like, like, you still on for dinner? And then they'll be like, oh, sorry, this is the wrong number, like, type of shit like that. That's how they gonna try to use that shit to frame Jake.
Yup, they gathering brothers' voices off of the videos.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition.
Got something?
Yeah, this last verse, this one more verse. Matthew 24 and 24, it says, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So it's showing you that these motherfuckers are set up on the left-hand side. They're going to do certain things in these latter times that's going to deceive certain people. You know what I'm saying? The blind leaders of the blind, because you got some people that's going to get down with this system. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to, like, basically, wolves in sheep clothing.
Yeah, they gonna use magicians.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like magi's. That's what the word magi go into. Like a magician. Like what's that nigga name? Chris Angel. Like to do some shit right in front of you. Like that's what that's how they gonna do it. That's a part of their deception too.
Yep.
They gonna have like the ancient Chaldees.
Yep.
Going to the Egyptians and you know what I'm saying, the fucking the astrologers and whatever they call them in the scriptures.
Egyptian magicians, remember the one?
Prognosticators and them niggas, but the magicians in particular.
During the time of Moses.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where they was doing the same illusions, if you will. That's what they use, illusions. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what these magicians are gonna do. You know what I'm saying? To deceive people.
Y'all remember we went to go see that movie Hobbs and Shaw, where they
With
put the Rock and them on the big building and had them niggas doing some shit that they ain't doing, and everybody was like, man, you did that shit. He's like, no, I'm telling you, man, I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. You know, but that was the point. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. You have some more? Or go ahead, like one of y'all, brothers.
This Psalm 38 and 12 says, they also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Yeah, the Psalms was very prophetic, because this is what happened right now with Esau Edom, down to the legislation, the food that we eat, the zoning laws. It's a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes that we don't see, but affect everyday Jake. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, because this devil, while he laying, because a snare is pretty much a trap. And while Esau is so busy laying the snare for us, the Lord has those other nations laying the snare for him. Esau he's not even paying attention. The Lord is setting his ass up.
Yeah, that's a scripture. They say he's gonna fall into it. Like, you know, the snares. He said he gonna fall into them. You know, he getting blindsided because he stretched in. And I did a lesson on that. That's how you notice the Roman Empire all over. Because that's what happened in Rome. The same thing happened in Rome the first time is happening all over again. The military being stretched, the whole dynamic, bro. You know. And I had one more point on this little chat GPT, because it says AI and planetary integration. That's
Interrogation.
No, it's not. What does it?
Integration.
Like,
yeah, because Plantier, the owner, the CEO, we went into that camp when the brothers from VA was here, but I forgot what I have pulled. But Plantier, the CEO of Plantier, he said he's for transhumanism. He said the problem is that it's not a lot. It's not moving fast enough, and he's the CEO, and he just merged with the military. So, and that's a big deal, because the military, who issued out the juicy juice the first time? The military. And they're going to use like Trump, he's big on using the military to get his point across.
Right.
We saw that in California. So that's a big deal. But it says AI tools, including Planetier's platform.
That's why they had the illusion when the C-19 came about, they had the military handing out food to the people. They had long lines out there, and they want people to think that the military is their friends. They here to help.
Yep.
You know?
It says are being rolled out to process massive data sets, immigration control, deportation, eligibility, social media analysis, visa revocations, and CBP workforce chatbots. Because they not
social media analysis, so they gonna monitor what you put on social media.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the content that you create.
Yep.
The shit that you saying on social media.
Yep. Because at first it was voluntary, you know, the blue checks that was validating the celebrities. Then they stopped it for that, and then they gave it to everybody, where everybody can validate who they are, like to confirm your identity. You know what I'm saying? But now it's moving towards where you don't. It's on voluntary to being confirmed of who you are, and like it's all studying your dynamic every day, your behavior, your social thought. You know, your social behavior and all these things. And it says summary table, system and / initiative, purpose, Doge, centralized access to agency records, monitor metrics, save, upgrade, verify citizenship via link.
Hey, I was gonna say this. Esau trying to lock this bitch down, man.
Right.
That's what's about to. You niggas got too much freedom. You niggas always find a way through a loophole. Esau about to lock this shit down to where ain't no other way but his way.
That's
right. That's what it says. It says verify citizenship via linked voter / social security data. The verification says federal data cuts.
Hey, look, bro, Shalaki, because you mentioned like it says link voter and social security. Because my manager was just saying, man, they forcing him to. They telling him if he don't go to jury duty, he pretty much gonna receive a consequence. So he upset. He said, "Fuck, I should have never voted." All this shit is all linked in with each other, man.
Yup. It says federal data cuts shrink public data sets and data collection infrastructure. It says, and last one, AI and surveillance tools enhance data processing and law enforcement tracking. So this is going to become a law. You know what I'm saying? This is that. What was it? What's Trump doing? Executive orders. Executive orders can be passed without going to Congress and reaching all the extra stages and shit.
And it says law enforcement tracking, which means like they're gonna be enforcing the laws. You know, they're gonna be tracking everything. Like you might commit a crime. It might not be a police there to catch you, but it was caught on a certain surveillance. You might get something in the mail. You're being charged with this, like how they do the tickets.
Yeah, listen, man.
Like how you speed and shit, and they catch your license plate. You think you just you
gonna
gone?
come to a point where they gonna lock you up before you commit the crime.
Yeah,
As soon as you think about it,
Yeah, that's right.
you go to jail.
Minority Report.
Yeah, Minority Report with Tom Cruise with the
Yeah,
pre-cogs.
shit,
though.
They
Damn.
do what niggas was gonna do in the future, like they was committing
Like the
crimes.
Lord, bro. They trying to
Exactly.
like the Most High.
They had that movie, The Last Days of Crime in America. It was on Netflix, and you know how they cut niggas for doing crime? They had a chip in them, and then anytime a nigga go commit a crime in the middle of the crime, they turn the chip up like the fucking frequency and make their ass. Like no cap. Like it's a movie. It's called the Last Days of Crime in America. And that's how Esau planned to get rid of crime and all that shit by this technology. Ain't gonna be no crime. You know, just like Demolition Man, like the brother said, ain't gonna be no crime. Everybody gonna be well. Fuck wrong. Be well. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give you a ticket for using profanity.
Yeah.
You know, like all you niggas on that motherfucking Carnival Cruise up there hitting backflips, drinking,
Doing the
they drinking alcohol and bringing alcohol smuggled in on the motherfucking cruise in a baby oil bottle, but it's actually motherfucking Patron Silver. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas ain't gonna be doing none of that shit, bro. Everybody is gonna be behaving and be well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you curse, that's one fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have been fined $1 for cussing, nigga.
Damn. That's a police state, bro. That when you go into we went into it, man. When you go into the word police state, bro, it's heavy, bro. You gotta get it when you get a chance. Go into a police state on ChatGPT, it's heavy, and they
Police, they basically got immunity to just do whatever the fuck they want. They just fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's when the military governs the city.
Yep.
That's basically what a police state.
Yeah, because that's what we were just talking about. How they like, yeah, you a nigga, goddamn, they roll up on you talking about your right. Man, they ain't gonna give a fuck about none of that shit. Like it's gonna be over with then.
Yeah.
They gonna veto all that shit. Like they ain't gotta honor none of that.
You know why?
Because
Because
the Constitution
That's
is,
right.
is it ain't gonna exist
Yep.
in a police state.
That's right.
You don't have no constitutional rights.
and they don't take an oath. The soldiers, the military, they don't take that same oath that the police. They take an oath to uphold the. That's why they call it law enforcement, because they supposed to enforce the law. That's why them niggas like what's the one nigga, the New York audit nigga. He said he said nigga, you set up to enforce the law. This is a policy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna
damn. Oh, you got something up?
Yeah. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 27. It says that so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right? It's going into how the state of how the earth is going to be during this time. Verse 28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rocks. Right? Because the outskirts of the city is going to be uninhabited. Not uninhabited. The outskirts of the city is gonna be wasted. You know, that's why the inner cities they building these 10-minute cities.
Well,
that's gonna be like your downtown inner cities and shit. They're trying to hurry up and build that so that could already be established. You know, because the gentrifying the hoods and all of that shit. You know, everything's gonna be. So, like, you have something to say?
No, I was just going because there was a point we was talking about the military. They do take an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Oh, the military?
That's why they gonna use foreign troops. Like they gonna use like
the UN troops.
Yeah, United Nations. That's who they gonna use. They ain't gonna use actual, because the individuals that's a part of the United States military, they already know that they took an oath to uphold the Constitution, so they gonna be against, going against the citizens and shit like that. That's why they gonna use a foreign
Water for that correction,
Yeah, cause that's why you see, like, you saw them videos when the Slim was hitting and all that. Even now, still today, you see them UN military vehicles being imported into America.
On trains.
Yeah, on trains and stuff, being stationed and being set up in these different checkpoints that they got throughout America.
And UN is just basically all the military from every country.
Yeah.
In one.
Yeah.
United Nations.
Yeah, and they was basically saying how a lot of those UN troops, they witness America coming to their country and like destroy their families. So a lot of them get back now. Like, yeah, you remember you came to Iraq and you fucking my mom died in Iraq, nigga. Now I'm a soldier. I could come into America and get backs on you devils. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's the point. They don't have no emotions tied to this place, like like the U.S. military. You know what I'm saying? They might think of but them niggas, no, they don't got no emotions tied to it.
And see, it's the point right here, because that's why they gonna use UN soldiers. I said, do UN soldiers take an oath to uphold the Constitution? No. United Nations soldiers do not take an oath to uphold the U.S. Constitution.
And there was an article talking about the UN troops hate carry concealed weapon permits because a lot of those countries don't have CCWs. Only like America, it's only like a few countries that have it, but they under that American umbrella. But they don't recognize a CCW. So you talking about I got a carry concealed permit, that ain't going with them.
Right, it said UN soldiers. I says the United Nations soldiers do not take an oath to uphold the Constitution. The U.S. military personnel swear an oath to support and defend the U.S. Constitution, but this oath does not extend to UN soldiers who are typically part of international peacekeeping or other missions under the UN flag. UN soldiers swear allegiance to the UN and its charter, not to the U.S. Constitution.
So that shit go right out the door.
Yeah, so they ain't gonna give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They swear allegiance to the UN.
Oh yeah, the right to bear arms. They don't care about that shit.
So whatever they tell them to do, they gonna do it.
Damn. And a lot of them niggas, they probably don't even speak English. You know how like American soldiers go into these other countries and fucking they don't speak American English, and soldier might tell them niggas don't move.
Yeah,
and they don't understand. They move and get blew away. So when they come here, you like, hey man, they don't understand what you niggas saying.
Because the United Nations is just like different nations, like NATO, like the European Union, for an example, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. They primary language in English. You know what I'm saying? But they still a part of the the United Nations.
Yeah, and to the add for real. So you got to remember, America, they got their military bases all over. So you got to realize they be mingling amongst them people out there. Like they still live a regular life over there. You can see it in some of these movies where they go out, they drink, they do certain shit. So they can speak them languages over there. You feel what I'm saying? Some of those American soldiers, but they ain't. But like the UN, they ain't based in America or in the places we live. So they're not gonna speak those.
Bro,
languages.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all brothers, man. Like, coming in my job, and this even happened when I was at my other job, bro. These foreigners that's in this country, bro, they don't look like, they look real militant, bro. They talk like real stern, especially a lot of these Ukrainians, because we're in the city I live in, it's like the population of Ukrainians is like 35-40%.
Yeah.
So a lot of them men, bro, they don't look like average men, bro. They look like militant, man. Yeah. Like they like the way they talk, the way they carry themselves. They like it's like a demeanor, like a militant demeanor about them, man.
That's why Trump trying to get them up out of here.
No, he trying to get Jacob, like them niggas might be sleeper cells, like real life, going around the cities paying attention to everything, looking at everything, just scopaying pretty much. So when they get the green light, they can roll out, you know what I'm saying? They know exactly where to go. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling with these devils, man. The American people are the new enemy because they getting the most backlash from their own citizens, man. you know, they like, nigga, we done gave y'all niggas this and that, and all y'all niggas is doing is revolting against us. So y'all Americans are the true enemies now to them. So they gonna roll out on the American people, no matter what your race and nationality is, man. All right, even their own people, man. But y'all brothers got it.
So I'm gonna just bring it back and then jump down. It's 2nd Ezra 16 and 27, where I started 26. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right? Because there's gonna be so much chaos and destruction that majority of people is gonna either be unalive or they're gonna be hipped up in those 15-minute cities. So, like I was saying, that the outskirts of the cities, you're gonna have like a sprinkle of people left behind. And
a lot of them niggas is gonna get drafted. They gonna get drafted because right now in the city I live in, there's a lot of fucking outside sign-ups. They got pavilions everywhere out there, bro. Like everywhere, like you go on this street, it's a pavilion with military up under there signing. They signing niggas up. They getting that shit ready, bro. So I'm talking about, I've seen a couple of them bitches just everywhere. I'm like, damn, why they got so many motherfucking military sign up? Because a lot of niggas about to get drafted. A lot of niggas willingly gonna go. Because a lot of people gonna see that as the only outcome. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I gotta leave you and the kids. I gotta go over here and try to make it happen for us. And they ain't never coming back, man. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna be underground eating rap burgers.
They
gonna be doing underground eating rap burgers.
Funny.
It say verse 30. I'm gonna jump down verse 32. It says, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through." So, basically, these different hoods that you see Jake in now, all these different spots, even the spots Esau is trying to gentrify, it's going to eventually get wasted away, even though Esau is trying to build it back up.
Ain't going to be nobody to upkeep it. You know how the city, they got city workers that's cutting the grass and planting shit here and there. It ain't going to be none of that. Niggas ain't going to, it ain't going to be an upkeep no more.
Right. From the sewage system,
to the trash, to like garbage disposal.
It's going on somewhere. I forgot where
that's going to cause diseases.
It's in Yeah, that's right.
Kind of knows it though.
And that shit, bring bacteria. It bring, diseases.
Plague.
You have to have an upkeep. You have to have an upkeep, man, because it, like I said, it brings sicknesses and shit, man. Trash and filth, man.
Well, real technically, you just supposed to burn your trash. That's what we did in the ancient world. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get fined for burning trash in certain city limits. You gotta live outside of the city limits. You know what I'm saying? In particular zones and districts, to where you can burn trash in your yard and shit.
And that's the spirit you said that, bro. Because my job, they got a second company that deal with the waste system, and they ain't come pick our trash up for 2 weeks, bro. So we had this fucking trash just sitting in the back of our store. And I'm like, this shit filthy, it stank. So our boss will have to get his mom's truck and put the trash in the back of the truck and drive it to another location because the second party didn't pay the waste people to come pick up the trash. And the dude next door was like, well, y'all can pay me to use mine, or just fucking set a fucking fire in the parking lot and burn shit and consume everything.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, or like Apostle Gabar said, allow the pigs to eat it.
You
know what I'm saying? That's the filtration system right there.
The ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. So everything that was stated, is prophecy speaking, like the title of the lesson. And with prophecy speaking, that's closer coming back to YAHAWASHI. And that's the big prophecy we waiting on. We waiting on, Jacob's trouble. We're waiting on the chip to be made mandatory. We're waiting on World War III and the coming back to YAHAWASHI, so that we could get the kingdom, man.
We here, shit.
That's right.
You good, bro? Okay. We get a couple clothes, bro.
The 2nd Thessalonians chapter 2, start at 3. And it says,
He started to talk.
It says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord and Mashiach Yahawashi, and by our gathering together unto him, that you be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled neither by spirit nor by word.
Right, because with all these things happening, it could shake up, some people. shake up some people's faith. That's why a lot of people gonna lead a ministry, get offended. You know, that's why you gotta be strong during these times, because as you can see, it's starting to really heat up.
Yeah, but it's just like that picture, it's conspired that Warren posted in the chat yesterday. The storms are meant to do two types of things. To matter of fact, let me just read it real quick because I got it. I screenshotted it. It says every storm has two purposes: to destroy what ain't solid and to reveal what is, and that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna reveal what belongs to YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, and what don't. Like you said, Jacob's trouble, the outward temptation, those missiles. Just getting right. Everybody's faith getting ready to be rocked. He's gonna see where you stand.
Yeah.
So then it says.
So I was gonna say this too because, you know, the point is it's about to be a lot of stuff that's about to happen, and you know, we in the flesh, man. You know, we in the flesh, man. So we can't allow these things to put fear in us, man. Pretty much, man. Because hey, like I always mention this song by Whitney Houston. She said, "We are not afraid, even though there's much to fear." So it's gonna be shit out here to fear, but we got faith and trust in YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, man.
Yeah.
You know.
But it says, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Hamashiach Yahawashi is at hand. It says, let no man deceive you by any means.
That is Paul talking to the church at Thessalonica. It was a letter that he wrote to them. You know what I'm saying? Because Thessalonica is a wicked ass city. I always mention this every time the brothers read Thessalonians. When you go into the history of that city, it was just a wicked ass city. You know what I'm saying? Niggas killing the brothers, and you know, brothers lost their lives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
It says, let no man deceive you by any means.
So like, and you had niggas in the church basically deceiving the true, like sincere men. You know, you had niggas in there basically, you know, going off doctrine and teaching other things that was off doctrine.
Yeah, that's mentioned in the book of Acts, if I'm mistaken, when Paul was in that city. And then you had the niggas, the deputy or somebody, the wicked ass niggas, you know, teaching Jacob straight, you know.
It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, that's Esau being revealed, man. Okay, this is why Esau is being revealed, man. He's being revealed on all, man, just all around the board. He's getting revealed, man. He's being revealed by the prophets first and foremost, but he's also being revealed by himself, with his own creations. You know, the internet. He's being what you call them niggas? Those we just went over this shit with the nigga.
Napoleon. Oh, you talking about Benedict Arnold?
Yeah, but what a nigga who was on one side, but then he switched on them.
Yeah, that's Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, but what's the name of it? It's called no, but it's called something else.
Espionage, like when they be spies.
Nah, that's a trade. I think we talking about Lord Whitney.
But to back you up, just at camp, we had a lady just randomly come up, and she was asking who was Esau. You know, she was like, yeah. She basically heard the word Esau.
Yeah, that we taught her that. Around. We taught her that.
That lady that
she used to come with her grandkids, and we used to give her. She used to always stop, and we gave her the name of the Lord before. I saw her down there talking to y'all. But this was a minute ago. So the fact that because when she walked past us, she wanted to say something, but brothers was so much. You know, she walked down there with y'all, so it's coming back to her. Because I'd be looking at her like, damn, does she remember us? But she do, so it's coming back to her, you know.
Yeah, and see, and then too, like I said, instead of falling away first, we fell away. You know what I'm saying? But see, now here in these latter times, our mind being stirred up by pure will remembrance. You got a prophet damn near everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? When you look on all these different social media outlets, everybody trying to break down the scriptures and what's happening in the end times according to prophecy, right? So it says, and the falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And also, like the brother Mahal said, he being revealed, but these other nations are starting to point the finger at this nigga and call him the devil too. They ain't in league with him no more.
Well, they been knew he was the devil. It's just that they was blinded by the dollar.
They point the finger now.
Yeah, now they like, nigga, you the devil, nigga.
It says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High.
See, Esau wants to be God, man. This is why through his technology, he wants to so-called like accomplish things that the Most High. He wants those God traits, man. He wants to be all-knowing. Okay, he wants the nation of Israel to belong to him. Okay, so he pretty much want to get rid of Israel. Okay, he wants to be the chosen seed. He wants the birthright. So he want to try to accomplish these things on the left-hand side, man.
You have to live forever. Yo.
The Lord is all-knowing. This is why he want to do away with cash. Like, fuck cash. Because if I take $100 and I go to fucking Chicago, all right, it's nothing really saying that I was there. But if I'm swiping my card everywhere, it's proof that I was there. You know, you watch that shit on First 48. Yeah, he made a debit transaction at the Dallas gas station. He was there in Dallas during the time of the murder. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man.
That's why I was so fucked up when you know, Esau tried to portray himself as the people of the Heavenly Father, as like being so-called, you know, I'll say brown, to be more, you know, correct, was a curse. When actually, in actuality, nigga, being leprous is a curse. You know, but he made it to the point where Jake started to question their own self and hate their own self because they thought being brown or being colored was a curse.
Yeah, that's why you got niggas like Sammy Sosa. Hey, I had a friend, you know, she used to make her daughter take bleach baths. You know what I'm saying? This shit real. You know, they want to be as light as possible, so they can fit in amongst the fucking crack. They trimming their ways to seek love, man. The love ain't even there. Esau don't love you niggas. He has a perpetual hatred for you niggas, man.
And you could just go to the dermatologist. Right. They can probably help you out with that because they deal with skin and pigmentations and different, different medicines, so to speak. You know, the dermatologist, that is, not me. You know, they prescribe particular things for you to lighten your skin and, you know, instead of putting them in a bleach bath.
Yeah, and that's crazy because our skin, man, we receive vitamin D.
And then it's a girl, she has a cavity between her legs. Like, that shit is completely bugged out. Like, what the fuck? Like, you crazy motherfucker? Like, you good, ma? Like,
shit crazy.
No, they ain't, obviously. That's why they do shit like that.
And that's why these devils, they want to get away. And you got Bill Gates, he dumping all that money into that program to get rid of the sun and shit, man, because this shit is giving these Edomite skin C and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't take it. You know, the sun is a damn curse unto them, you know?
Yeah, that's what the pigmentation do. It protects us from the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
You know, the less your pigmentation is, the more susceptible you are to receive something like that.
Yeah, like for example, I'm like a lighter tone brother. This summer I caught sunburn myself for the first time. That shit was bugged out. So how much more for an Edomite?
You feel me?
And when Jake usually light brown, they get darker, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know what I'm saying? Typically, it has like a reddish hue. It just look like that on you. You know, it's because you know what I'm saying.
Hue is color. I just found that out too.
Yeah, you know, your skin it's really browny though.
Yeah, that's what he want to do, bro. He want to take the sunlight and reflect it back into space.
Right, like to talk about it as if they burned in the furnace. That's why what you're mentioning about the Lord. Right. Because you know, with the furnace is similar to the sun. You know what I'm saying? You see?
You see that like when you heat like some metal up, it get red. The hotter it get, it turns to a reddish tone. But was that it on that?
The 2 Thessalonians 2:4. It says, "Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High."
Right.
Right. It's like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he exalted himself above the people of the Most High, you know, and then tried to portray like he was the people, and everything that the Lord used to be a representation of his righteousness and godliness, Esau used for wickedness.
Yep.
It's verse 5. It says, "Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time."
And that's what you see, him being revealed. And that's why Trump called us a threat. You know, Trump, he said it multiple times in his first term and in his second term. He was more detailed in his second term about what we talk about, what our motive, like in terms of what we speak about. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the disrupting of his plans. That's what he basically said in a nutshell, the second go round.
And really, only thing he really been exposed for is who he is according to the Bible. Because remember, he changed everybody's identity. He became the Caucasian man, the white man. But now everybody know he's Esau Edom. Now we like, hold on, you the nigga that's supposed to, your end is coming, nigga.
Yeah, he tried to hide his faith. You know?
And well, yeah, what's associated with that is people are like, is this the man?
Yeah,
This nigga was going,
right. The whole time.
The whole time, is this motherfucker right? He trail like he the Lord.
Yeah,
He made it seem like this how Jake gonna be on his ass. He made like the Lord, Jesus, white guy, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then start attacking that nigga.
Yeah, this is the last verse. Verse 7, it says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way."
He better get taken out the way.
That's the time that we in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? See?
Did he accomplish what the Lord wanted him to accomplish, man? So he's about to get taken out the way. Ain't gonna be no more Esau Edom, man.
I got
Ruling the earth.
Because Esau Edom been brought back into the earth through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? The identity of Esau Edom, because just like in parallel to the identity of the true people of the Heavenly Father, the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So now he being identified. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he was a mystery, already working during the time of you know, the Thessalonians, you know, when Paul wrote this letter, it was a mystery who this son of perdition, who the devil really was. But now, you know, through the prophets and the elders of the Heavenly Father, using the angels to work on their mind, you know, back to the 7 AHBANAWA, and you know what I'm saying, High Priest Marshall, High Priest Ariah, King, you know, and now we in that time of him being revealed on who is the son of position, who is this motherfucking mystery of iniquity. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was already at work at that time, during the time of this letter right here, man.
That's right.
You know, doing shit, and you had the Senate, you know, that bullshit with the Senate and the 300 men, and he let one guy president year to year. That shit was going on. That's a part of the iniquity. You know what I'm saying? No.
Now you just matching up identity with the characteristics. Like niggas act like we just woke up one morning, our apostles and elders and them AHBANAWA, they just woke up one morning and said, "Oh, the so-called white man is the devil." It's his characteristics. Who else is displaying these actions?
Well, the scripture said he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The different mysteries and things of that nature. The scriptures, you know, the questions and things of that nature. That's what the Heavenly Father revealed unto the prophets who the mystery of iniquity was. You know, through the prophecies in the scriptures, and you put two and two together. Oh, man, fuck, okay. You know, the Greek, the Apocrypha, that's a good one right there to put two and two together.
Say hidden.
You know what I'm saying? With the Greeks, and you know, these different names that's mentioned in, you know, history and that in the scriptures. You know, come on, man.
All right, closer. This is Micah. I'll start at verse 9. 5 and 9. Thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Most High, YAHAWASHI, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off thy cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so I will destroy thy cities.
This devil was going back to all fours, man. He about to lose all that shit, man. All that shit, man. The luxury of this, he about to go back to all four. He about to lose everything on the left-hand side. And it's going to show you that he ain't do it of himself. It was all given to him from the Lord, man.
And it said in the last verse, and I will, Micah 5 and 15, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. And like that's why this wrath, this judgment that the Lord is about to bring on America, bro, has never been done in the earth. It's going to outdo the previous deliverance, which is the first exodus or exit out of the hand of our enemies, bro, which were the Egyptians, right? And the modern day Egyptians are these Edomites, man. All right, and that's what you're about to get ready to see, the greatest deliverance to ever exist in the planet Earth,
and the greatest destruction,
and the greatest destruction on the planet Earth, man.
And what's the circus slogan? The greatest show on earth.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right.
This about to be the greatest show on earth because this bitch ain't gonna be inhabited ever again, man. You tell me a land mass just like that.
Yup.
Yeah, that's it.
Yup. And because his end, again, like brother read earlier, all this shit leads to unaliveness for the planet. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has to cut it short, man. So Lord willing, this was, the lesson was edifying. We like to give all honor and glory for praise and worship too.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
The honors to our apostle, the bishop, great millstone, peace, citation to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Until next time. Shalom. Walk up aboard, bro. Shalom.